This is a 1948 Ford F1. And we're going to take her for a quick spin. This is an original matching number 6-cylinder. It's got the old flathead 6-cylinder in it. Spun a wheel a little bit. Well, gravel. This is a great driving old truck, and actually the guy that I got it from was driving it pretty regularly to back and forth to work. Nice and smooth running down the road. I always try to put my finger up there and show you a little bit of play in the steering wheel, as I would call it normal for an old truck like this. You can see that I'm driving straight down the road. You know, it's not steering from ditch to ditch or anything. And man, just a nice quiet engine. Really, really good running little engine. Brakes stop good. I've noticed they're pulling just a touch to the left. Probably just needs a minor adjustment. But haven't had any problems just, you know, driving it and braking it and everything. Pull in here and stop at the let you hear the engine running. Just nice and quiet. Nice one hand opens her right up. That's just a healthy flathead 6 right there. You can hear those solid lifters tapping away. The only thing it has had is it does have an alternator there with a 8-volt battery. So it has been converted to an 8-volt system. I mean, I'm sorry, 12-volt system. What am I saying? I don't know why I started saying 8. I'm going to turn it off here so I can hear better and you can hear me better. So alternator is what I was saying has been upgraded on it with a 12-volt battery. So it fires right up, and you saw when I turned the key on and then just barely touch that button, just fires right up. Really pretty under the hood. You would not be embarrassed to pop the hood at a car show and let people see this engine. It's really clean, really, really nice, clean engine detail done. And actually had the same exact Holley on it, which is an original old Holley. These are kind of hard to track down. And I tried to track down another one because the accelerator pump was not working properly. So tracked down another one, opened it up, everything inside still looked like almost like new. Rebuilt it, and man, the truck just runs 100 times better. So now this truck has got a little bit of rust in it, and you know, this was an old farm truck. It's not a rusty bucket, but there's a few spots where there's some filler. There's some filler here, and I don't think that it's a Bondo bucket either. Just real quick, pointing out that these inner fender wells are nice and rust free, as well as the firewall. Nice clean rust free firewall, and of course the frame is all 100% rust free. Again, what I was saying was I don't think this truck's an old Bondo bucket, but it's got some filler in it here and there, and I just like to be honest about stuff like that. Man, I love 48s because it's a 1-year only bed style. In 49 they went with the flat bed all the way to 52, the flat sided beds, but in 48 you've got this indented piece right here, and that's, like I said, it was only a 1948 bed on it. So overall the body on this truck is straight. It's got some imperfections, and it's an older paint job. The nice thing about it is, I mean, right now I'm standing 15 feet away from it. It looks good. Looks like an old farm truck. Looking at it across the parking lot and walking towards it, or seeing it go down the road, it's a really good looking truck. So you know, I'd call it a decent looking driver, but when you get right up on it, there's some imperfections all the way around it. It's just an older paint job. It's got a few little scratches here, and you know, when guys are working on their trucks, leaning over, they're scratching it a little bit. Nothing awful, just a little bit of a pop right there in the body work. The hood looks to be in pretty good shape, and that one spot I was showing you under the hood, got a little bit of Bondo there. Sides of the doors look good. as well as the bottom of the doors. Look, I think the bottom of the doors at some point may have, yeah, it looks like they put some filler there, if you can see that. That's got filler and like a piece of little, you know, just somebody put some steel there and screwed it in. So, not the preferred thing to do, but it wouldn't keep me from driving this truck. It's beautiful. And again, here a little bit of body pop there. The bed looks really good, and this rear fender is in great shape. Tailgate looks good as well. Nice, clean, straight tailgate. The shine on the tailgate's not quite the same. I don't know if they painted it afterwards or if they forgot to clear it, if it was set aside and then they put it on after they painted it or what, but it doesn't quite shine up. I bet a good coat of clear coat on that would make it shine right up like the rest of the truck. And you can see my reflection in it. I mean, it's a shiny truck. It looks good. A few little bumps right here where there looks like to be a little bit of filler. Back of the cab corner here looks really good and solid. This is the original cab corner. If you look up underneath, you know, nice and clean. And then the bottom of this door, same as the other one. Looks like somebody, you know, cleaned them up on the bottom. They may have had a little bit of rust and then put a piece of steel down there and just a little bit of filler on the top of it. So one little spot right there too. So not too bad. Like I said, I don't think this thing's all, you know, everybody, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So somebody may be watching this video right now saying, man, that's just got way too much Bondo in it for me. And other guys might say, hey, that's not a big deal. Honestly, almost every truck you look at has got Bondo in it. People tell you, no, there's no Bondo in it. They're lying. It's impossible, especially for a, you know, 65, 70-year-old car. Not completely impossible, but it's even from the factory, they put skim coat on it. So anyways, that's my little spiel. And I don't like buying vehicles all filled up with Bondo. I won't even buy one, so I wouldn't even have one in my inventory. So windows look like they're in great shape. All the way around, all the weather stripping's good. Windows roll up and down. Nice and easy. Dash is original and uncut, unmolested, which I really appreciate. It's got the original gauge cluster in it, but the glass is missing. I think it had a crack and was removed at some point. These aftermarket gauges are functioning. I don't think that the fuel gauge is functioning. I think it just needs a sending unit and then the little aftermarket sending unit. Of course, they make a rebuild kit like from LMC.com, and you can rebuild the original gauges. This floor mat looks really good. A little bit of diamond plate in here. And now there was some rust up underneath both these step sides, and somebody put diamond plate on them a long time ago. It's not uncommon. Not my favorite thing, but not uncommon. And it's not super expensive to just put new step-ups on there. Headliner looks great. I don't know when somebody did this headliner. It looks older, but it's in really good condition. And actually, even the old vacuum-powered wiper works. Doors open and close nice. Tires are in great shape and have good tread on them. And the wheels are original with really clean looking beauty rings. And then of course this little, the chrome piece on the front actually looks new. It looks like somebody put that on new. Inside the bed as well, you've got diamond plate, which again, like I said, not unusual. A lot of the vehicles I'm getting in inventory look that way. Let's go up underneath the truck and let me show you around, because a few rusty spots, like I said, on the step up, and you can always buy these replacements. They're not very expensive. This is your inner fender well here. And like I said, this is probably something I would call a minimal rust truck. It's definitely not rust free, but I don't think it's a rusty bucket either. There's a hole right there in the original floor pan, the center of the original floor pan, which looks really good. And it looks like, actually, it looks like somebody patched that a while back. So that's got a nice clean look. Engine detail underneath is pretty good too. I mean, just like it is, it'd make a great farm truck. These inner fender wells are in great shape. I just love these trucks. This is, I think, one of my favorites. The early 40s, or I mean, I'm sorry, the late 40s and early 50s, both Fords and Chevrolets. Now there's a rust spot right there. I hadn't caught that before, and you can see it's a little wet because we just pressure washed the car, or truck, I'm sorry. I was just saying I love these body style because they had so many curves and they're just beautiful. But this was when, you know, Ford and Chevrolet both were starting to make, you know, a truck frame instead of a car, using a car frame. Again, you know, rusty spot there, and that's why you see the diamond plate there. Frame on this truck is in great shape. Well, there you have it. I don't want to run too long on the video. Really good, reliable driver as is. Few little spots here and there, and if you're looking for something to restore, I think this would make a great candidate for restoration. Probably need to replace the step sides, but other than that, I think you could do a little bit of minor welding all the way around the truck, a spot here and a spot there. I know that I could take this to my welder and he could knock this bodywork out probably in a day if I was going to try to put a nice paint job on it. So I don't think it needs extensive body work. I try to go overboard in being honest with stuff, just because it's just really important to me just to have a golden rule approach to my business. So I know I've talked a lot about, you know, the body work and the filler and stuff on this truck, maybe a little bit more than I have on other vehicles, but I don't want to undersell it either. It's a good driving truck. It's got good tires on it, runs through the gears really nice and easy. You can watch me drive it, and I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to take this truck and drive it to take it to lunch right now, or to head over to Home Depot and pick up some supplies. Just a real pretty truck, and really love this, especially the 48, which is the first year of the F1.